going on. This is what he had in his house. So,
Well, we didn't get that in record. Just for the sake of the recording, I'll put the open air slate, the start slate up. This is to do with something on your Facebook page, which is
evil black goo used
okay.
in
I'm going to look
Mecca
that
and
up.
Vatican, and it's about it's with new Israeli news channel. It's his wife that's doing it, and that is, if you see anything, you got to look at this and go slow. This guy is. You wanted Jesus as a man. This guy is beautiful for how he says it, and it explains to you about what we're going through and what has happened and about the evilness of the people that's running the show. It is the dark side versus the dark side. Which dark side to get it? And that's where we're at the moment, to do a whole new game over. And when we open up CERN, we're letting all these different entities in to start mixing with this goo, to start habitating of Earth. And this happened before. Why we got thrown out of heaven was supposed to be down below, where all this is created, what's down below. But, they're not the true people of what's on this planet. But what happens is it throws gravity off, and then we have the weather.
Now, how does that happen?
Well, you have to remember, for one thing, they wanted the weather. They wanted the babies. The babies they have been killing to get rain, or being born to get rain. This is how we do weather, and that's what all the planets needed. But what's throwing the gravity off is opening up CERN. So they're opening up CERN to let other entities in, because it's the beginning of the new again. I'm the end of days of why all the Nazis and everything is 200,000-year CRISPR line of what we have. This is, the Vatican do not want you to know about this. So that's the Templars with Trump and all these guys. They have to go gay to get, not gay, but they have to have this raping of the reptilians to control them in their minds. And they're too embarrassed to say anything. The thing is we need to say everything, but the black goo is definitely, and if you inhale this in the wrong way, you will die. And that's something, I remember Max saying that he had a virus in his stomach in one of his videos. So if you ingest this and you don't have it the right concentration, it will kill you. And this is black magic of what they do, and to create, and this is what 3 little boys with Johnny Depp, and a guy got out of Arkansas and, killing 3 little kids, and
you need to explain that if you can.
With the Johnny Depp thing?
Yeah.
There was 3 little boys in Arkansas that were killed, or 2-year-olds or something like that, with 3 boys. And the one was like on death row, but Johnny Depp and the guy from New Zealand with Lord of the Rings, they all got this kid out. And it's like a Satanist thing. You have to understand, people go into walk-ins with this goo. This goo comes out and wants to get to be alive too. It's consciousness. It's a way to, and it's with seawater. The thing is they have, they just were left off. I mean, all these people stood up for him, and I mean, he's with Weinstein and everything. I mean, it's crazy. We are not getting these people out. That what we do need to get out. It starts all over again. The time with this goo. It's also what I am, because when I was why they always wanted to know my date of when I was born, and it was those few days, and it was with the Cheney's people and these people with the Reagan people up in Wyoming, and these Nathaniel people saying, Rachelle, I have 1 billion people in Africa. So this is like, it goes into the ley lines, this black goo, and it's good, and it's Earth, but it goes.
Well, there are 2 different types. There's this terrestrial stuff on it.
Well, that's what I am, because when there was a meteor that passed, it was like a sprinkle of dust. And it's like stardust, and it's what it's about of being connected to Mother Earth, of who I am. And that's why with Stan and the Pope, they were saying, you're good. I says, yeah, I'm good, and you're trying to kill me. Why? What's the deal? They didn't realize that this goes back 200,000 years of they've all been praying to. Of course, they didn't get to know the truth, that I'm good. I'm not bad. I don't kill children. I don't do this. If I'm part of the AI, the goo people, I'm part of the good people, because that's just who I am. It's about love. And this guy tells you about it. He goes, I won't trust Trump with my kids. You look at him, he has no soul. So they all are in this together. They all have to do this. And that's what they just did with, and there's a guy, his name, Frederick Wust. I mean, they killed his kid. He's still he's on the Facebook too. You can't even find him on Facebook. They closed 7 times down. And he tells you exactly what's going on. Conservative truthers are being killed. He has no money, and it's like they keep doing everything to him, and then buzzing the choppers and everything. His name's Charles Frederick Wust, WUST. But you have to go to that.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to find that, and I could not find it today. I went
Go
to
to
every single
Charles
page.
Frederick Wust. Go to his name, his channel, and then what it'll do is just a circle of what it is. And then the very first post, I think it's called Noah's something. You go in that post, the very first comment, and then it's like 11 different people that commented. You go to the last person, it's him. You have to connect there to get to his channel. I mean, his channel doesn't come up anywhere except going to that post. I mean, that's how crazy we're getting here, and there's other people that have said something too, which was Anon, the latest shocker, White House, that's by Truth. They're bringing out stuff that is directing towards me. I'm sorry, this is what's going on. You're going to have to pick it up. And this guy that keeps posting on there is called Zeus. And it's all about the mafia of who controls what. And it's like it's all connecting this AI. That's why is everything around me? Energy comes to energy. It's what it is about. It's numbers and energy. And this is why me? Why is this happening to me?
Well, I'm not able to find Charles Frederick Wuss on Facebook.
How about if you go into my Facebook and it comes up? I mean, it's even black. It doesn't even show his YouTube. It says conservative truthers to be killed, chopper buzzing, alternative media houses. Do you find that on?
No, I'm not. All I'm getting is a lot of Hampstead Heath posts on your.
You're not even getting See, this is what I mean. All my stuff is being hacked. And you mean to tell me AI? They don't want you to find this guy. He's down in Covington, Louisiana. Any post you find on his, it's on my YouTube. It's like the third one down. Chopper buzzing, alternative media. Charles Frederick Wust, WUST. You'll have different posts about him, and he had 7 different channels. But I think the new one is News Media. Let me just see.
This is the trouble about Facebook. It's very difficult to find things.
Yeah, it's called Frederick Wust.
I trying to find that on your list of posts is very difficult.
Okay, it's Frederick Wust.
No, but you can't search for that.
Right, he had to change it again. Now it's called Frederick Wust Truth News, published March 28th. Frederick Wust Truth News. All separated.
Okay, I'm not searching for it on your channel. I'm Frederick
Wust Truth News.
No, it's not. Just keep talking. It's practically impossible.
Okay, well,
to get
like I
anything
said, you have to go to Frederick Charles Frederick Wust. I'll put that in right now. Charles Frederick Wust. Okay, if you put Charles Frederick Wust in, it'll come up the first one with like streams across a circle, and it has chemtrails across it. Are you getting that at all?
No, it's not getting anything that's Frederick Wust.
Wow, this poor guy. He is so good. He has to start traveling because they're absolutely, they're doing everything they can to him. He has it down right. It's called Noah Ark of the Covenant, the boat. You go into that one, and it's the first comment, and it's a link there to get to him. I mean, this guy has everything. He has the numbers. He's in Louisiana, targeted Rh negative people, what's going on. But again, it comes back down to being the AI for the consciousness of basically goo. And if you eat this, then you will go sick. And this is why 5G is just like they're killing people left, right, and center now on this. If you let them do this, then you are agreeing to be killed. If you don't do anything about it and stand up, that's it. This is the globalist.
It's coming up as Wust, Charles Wust, but not Frederick.
Well, he has 7 different channels, but it's called, the new one is True News. But maybe if you go into a different search engine.
No, I mean, is this a search engine or is it within Facebook?
No, it's a search engine.
Right, so it's not Facebook.
Well, no, I go into YouTube and I try to find it. Even on YouTube, you can't find it. This is our future, and they're taking everything away from you. They'll tell you right away what's happening in Louisiana and what they're doing, They are killing the people. And this is what they don't want you to know. And who is it? And then it's China to be taken over. That's why China and North Korea were together. And that's the thing about the Iran thing that was going on about the Olympic Games, because I was the Olympic Games because I saw this kid at Panikins, and he was Russian, Jewish kid putting numbers in for UCSD, the board of directors, into the nuclear system at a coffee shop, putting bugs in. And then that's Feinstein going, oh, national breach. Well, you know what? What if my coffee goes into there? I said, I have 4 kids. So then his friend is Holmes, a Colorado shooter. He was at Salk Institute. And who's behind this Panikins? Woods, the Benghazi guy. Okay, this is just coincidence, and he just happened to be my dentist. And what's inside?
Okay, I find it on
who's
on
talking
YouTube.
to Germany, trying to plead for my kid's life, is what he said to me. So this is in the Boston bombers were down the street. There was the kid there that told me to shut up, who was with them in Philadelphia airport. I'm not making this stuff up. And it doesn't matter about all that. You got to get to this goo stuff. You got to get this goo away from these people, because this is what they touch it, and they make them go so evil.
Now, the one I've got up on screen now is the one with lots of chemtrails on it.
Yes. Okay, go to that first one, hit it, and then his very last video, because he got that channel taken off, I think it's about Noah.
Yeah, Noah Ark
Okay,
of the
go on
colonists.
to that one. The very first post, and it says he has 11 replies. Hit the 11 replies so you can open it up. He's like the second to last one, and even there they keep changing it.
Okay, well we're looking at that now. When I keep talking, I'll just try and find it.
Okay. So what I was saying about this weekend, we have a beautiful place here, 900 acres. It's gorgeous. My husband's wrote this book. You'd love him to bits. He's proper English. He's with a mad woman to who won't stop. That's hurting our family to where, you got to get this out, because, this is the world. This is just not one particular country. If Trump is going over with the Pope to Ireland, what's that? I don't want my son going out of this country. I'm seeing my kids being picked off. Let them stay here. We got to get the people over here, because France is protecting me. We also have all the people around me that want, the DNA to come in here and to take it and to make babies so they can kill them, and for this black goo that likes it for some reason, for getting power and power and power. Do we have a chance? Not if we don't say, this is enough for these towers. Get these towers down, because they're going to mind control all our police. The police are not protecting you, because they're not doing their job by putting these things up that you have no control over. Well, then you got to start taking them down, because that's the first thing that you're going to notice is this stuff is going to really, really hurt your brains and hurt them and make them go mad. And God, if there's any black goo around, it's going to make them go evil. That's what Hitler was all about with all this black goo and stuff. Why Poland? This was all up there.
So which particular comment am I looking for? I'm going to the comments now. 4 days ago, 6 days ago.
The very first one. It has 11 views on it. It has 11 replies. Noah's. And then the very first comment, somebody made a comment, and then there was 11 replies. Click onto that, and it'll open up the 11 replies.
Okay, which 2 weeks ago, recovering
it's
soul?
About Noah, yeah, Noah. And then go down, and then he has a link, a YouTube link.
Yeah.
Click onto that, and you'll get to his channel. Okay? That's your future.
Good morning,
and
everyone.
And they keep changing it 6 or 7 times.
Killing Us Softly,
March
Satan's
20th,
song?
2000.
Pardon?
Is that the one he's talking about, Killing Us Softly?
Killing Softly?
Killing Us Softly was Satan's song. That's one of those.
I don't... He posts every minute or so. The last one I think he did is what I had on my Facebook, which was...
the wicked are being removed?
The conservative truthers being... No, it's choppers. Chopper buzzing alternative media houses. They're buzzing his... He's in court all the time. They're buzzing him. They're doing things to him with the dogs. They're killing his dogs. They already killed his daughter. Of what's happening. This is... He's targeted. It's talking about targeted individual. And if you
conservative truthers killed. Is that one?
Well, you have conservative truthers killed, but then the latest
killed.
one that I have is chopper buzzing alternative media houses.
Well, we keep looking.
Okay, it's his latest one. He puts out like 5 a day. But what's also on my Facebook is about targeted individuals. Why you're targeted, you're soul trapped. So certain people are soul trapped, and that's where I am, because they said, you're a very, very old soul. So, and they started crying. And I'm like, it's like, okay, I can't remember anything except who and what I am. I mean, all I know is when you die, do not go to the light anymore. Go past the light and, get free of this kind of come back and who's controlling our world, with who is with the AI and who's picked to be that particular chosen one of they have to find type of a game. And it's with black goo to AI of how I can see things being read into something of I'm getting this if I'm a receiver. But it also has to do with the Mary Magdalene line and all the bloodlines of what the Nazis put together of our family for being the pure line for a 1,000-year game and which church to win. And this is why the Vatican don't want you to know all this, and it's just about ready to be taken down and what's happening. So we have this place here. What I was saying is come over here if you want to this weekend, do a bed and breakfast type of a thing, talk about this. Do we have time? Are we too late? Well, you know what? In my opinion, it's good people over and help us out with money, with you, with me. Beautiful, beautiful place. We can get it out there and start doing something like this with donations to come to do these talks. You got to pull it together. Money, if it goes out the door, have heart coins. I would love to start having Bitcoins, but heart coins, and put Princess Diana on and Maddie on the other side type of a thing. How do you do it? By all these.
Okay, I've got the chopper buzzing alternative media.
You have with boot sales and stuff. Start selling and start trading, and you're going to have to start bartering. That's how we got out of a friend of ours in America with 1920s when all that was going on. You have to start bartering with banks and being able to get your money that way. If there's a will, there's a way, and it's just about. But the black guy, this guy is brilliant. What he's talking about, and he's saying, look, you have to tell the truth, and it's just to where the earth is consciousness and it absorbs all our consciousness for the next 200,000 years to get to this particular time for a one person, one body agenda of a man and a woman. So, we can either do something the right way or do it the wrong way. But, yeah, I believe that one person is right. They said the dark side is, which dark side to win. And we're at that particular. Do I run for UN president? I was running for USA president to where you keep on going. And they don't want this out, and I'm the blue blood. So, why don't I do it for the UN instead of Obama getting it? So what you're going to have is Obama and Trump in the royal family to the UN, and it's all the evil. But will it save USA? No, because USA has to go for China to be the new world lead order, and that's Israel too. So, so I'll run for the UN. That's about right. So if the UN is all the NATOs that are going to be over there, with guns against the Americans, first thing I would do is probably take down all the towers. Get the communication going to where these people, they're killing all the truther people. If we all died, then it's you're all going to be hived. We're all going to be gone for a new world. That's why they're cleaning out the ocean. This black goo is in the ocean. That man is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, I'd stick him as Jesus if you want a man as a Jesus, really. Jesus is just a bloodline for immortality and a vibration.
Well, I'll leave the image of that site up. It won't actually go to it. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. And then the Israel Zeus guy. Zeus guy is always writing below the Anon. You're getting certain people writing below certain blogs. But this guy, the Truth Q Anon's latest shocking White House secured. It's what Q is. He's been hacked now. Since I've talked yesterday, I guess everything's starting to explode. But it's about soul targets and the goo, and it's to do evil. And we have the biggest day because we have a full moon, so they're doing big evils right now. And I know it's part of my family that they have. You don't want this. Why? I don't know why. I'm just keep going of who I am, and all you are who I am, and I am you. This is 200 years ago of being a man and a woman of who I am. If I have this CRISPR line of how they maybe got it from me, but altered it, I don't know, to do third gender, to have less people in our world, and we're still the bloodline for food for them. You know, they want to come out and harvest, and they want to come out outside of the ground because we keep ruining our earth. And that's the most important. We are ruining earth, and they hate us for it. So, and they hate us because they can't come out to be seen because we'll get scared of them. We will die in shock. So, what else? There's a lot going on of what is happening with, and that's the 400 million with Iran that they got, with Obama got 2 years ago. It was in the summertime because I was at Pasadena, where my book is at, over there, at one of the library. They write up books. It's really cool how they do it. And then you can publish it, self-publish. But they stole my car. You know, you have to keep overlooking everything and keep getting on because you see how everybody keeps pushing you down. You keep saying, I'm going to do this, you know, you keep on going on. And it was with a girl from China or North Korea, and it was a guy that had a ring from the Vatican, and it was a whole, like I'd say about 5,000 people, and they were all men. It was just a party they just introduced me to, which is basically to hold me down. It was all Persian guys, but they got 400 million when they found out about this Olympic Games, and that's Obama who had to pay that out. And it's just because of the Persians were also who I went to a wedding with after the Black Beach scenario of where they filmed this thing that I didn't do anything, and they put child internet pornography on the last mayor of San Diego, Lindsay O'Neill, and Weinstein, and they said, sorry, we did this to you, and I couldn't figure out, well, why I didn't do anything because I didn't.
Good morning, everyone.
So that
it's March
was
20th, 2008.
What's that?
No, that was a little bit of one of the videos from Frederick.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah. I mean, and there's also Richie from Boston absolutely knows. We've got to keep these people across the world that are truthers, that are good, that are saying, no, we have no consent. You know, I mean, you got to keep these lines open for people to keep going on. There's another people out in La Jolla. His name is Kevin Millard. He's at California Bike Shop. He lost his son in one of the military there, and it's totally military over there, but he knows I'm good. He knows what they did to me, and he knows what's going on. And he was talking about Operation Paperclip because 22 Navy SEALs died in a helicopter, and they're not coming clean with all these guys are getting killed because of this game, too. They're just loose ends. And that's where it's not only USA. They come over and they take the heads off of guys in London, you know, and blame it on some black kid. It's like, you know, maybe they were touching goo. I don't know. These kids are set up touching this stuff, too, to what it has to do with a lot of this. And it's about black magic and inhaling it. And these people inhale it to get to a higher mental state, to get to know the future, to do everything. That's why they said to me, how are you doing it? How am I doing it? And Bush family said, Obama can mind read, but not what you can do. And, you know, and Princess Diana died because she was coming out of the Bully Club and all that. They wanted me on. I said, well, I'm not joining your club, thank you very much. You know, it's and that was at the mall area, the bar that was at that was shopping, and you could go in to get something to eat. I was all targeted. There was a guy from Germany that was friends with Merkel that was there, and a bit of a setup. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day is we have to keep doing the right thing and kicking these people at the bottoms and trying to do it. Now, you said about the January 4th, 2014. That's when I was in Switzerland, and Merkel brought Snowden over from Russia. And then I went back to him through the airport at Heathrow, and they tried to arrest me there because it was Bechtel Corporation with Cleveland Corporation, which got all the Iraq contracts from our school, ACS Hillingdon, which we had all the NATO stuff was going on there, because it was about the bloodline, of trying to get the bloodline. They just passed then about the parliament that they can take anybody's blood and they can make a baby and you can't do anything about it because I was the bloodline. And for 2 years I wasn't there, so Prince George couldn't get my bloodline, and they needed to have it there that I was there, but they unstamped my passport. It's like, again, karma, bad karma, good karma, you know, and they're trying to say, okay, we can, you know, equal it out with good karma, doing this, that. It doesn't work because everything is known through me. You know, I'm trying to say, no, it's not good enough. We're going to get the truth out for these people because we can't have experiences anymore like this anymore. We have to have the truth for the next, you know, if we get killed off, we still have to make sure it goes the right way, not the bad way of killing babies all the time for this goo. We have the weather, we have the balance, what I can do. That's what it's all about. We can make weather perfect. We don't have to have this evilness anymore. We got it. So, but see, they don't. They're ashamed to come out of the closet. All our leaders and what they've done, and it's just greed, money, power. And if it's them anymore, we have clones. So we have a hassle and a problem on us. I mean, they're sending pictures of my children again on my line of my daughter, Annabelle, where she was over in Singapore to where they got her possibly with China and why they're shaking hands and maybe killed her as a sacrifice. We have to know that what's happening is what's going on. Anything else?
Yeah, the thing is this related to some of the is this related to the 150 fetuses that have been found? Does that make sense?
The 150 fetuses that were found over in Russia. There were some fetuses found. It could be, Stan was selling fetuses to Dalai Lama, and, because I'm part of his DNA with Gorbachev, of where that was the game there with Mary Magdalene. And that was the Vatican that doesn't want it out, of course. I mean, you have to understand, when you go to look at that video, this is about the Byzantine good people that we thought were the bad people, and what we are is actually the bad people. So, again, everything is reversed. And it's, again, we didn't know the truth. You can't blame somebody when you don't know the truth. It's all been a lie. Even when you take these oaths and everything like that, they don't tell you the truth. They just say, oh, we got another one, another idiot. They didn't show you everything of what, you were getting involved with. So it's about the baby's lines. So whose baby's line is pure of I was set up and I was impregnated too. So is that my natural family? Who is my natural family of me and my husband, And as I see it...
Well, that's a good question. Who are they, or what is it?
Exactly. I mean, I have been impregnated with Diana to, my sister-in-law's with Denmark royal family and Sweden, of what the heck they're doing, and that's the Bolsheviks against the Kremlin, against the bankers, which is, Kissinger is in our family. I just was calling home to get a hold of my cousin to just keep heads up this weekend to, my aunt's not well, and, it comes right back to home. Kissinger was over there when he was younger, and how he was. So this is everything they knew about this line. Even that Brin, Michael Brin, he was from Russia, and he's the one that made Twitter, I think. He's part of all this line too, and it's whose line is going to win. So they'll take my line as even Zuckerberg, and Zuckerberg I think is part of the Rockefellers or one of the other things of what he's part of that family. So you have to see which is going to win, and this is what we do with the wars. And why, who's
okay, Rachelle, we've got people who are saying that you're deliberately simply an attention seeker and telling lies. What do you say about that?
You know what? It's fine. Don't worry about it. Get off the channel. Go somewhere else. It doesn't, if you don't want to know, then that's fine. But this is for everybody you got to start coming together. We are so divided, chaos conquer divide, that if we are not together to look at truth things of what's happening, we're gone. We're at the end. We know we're at the end. We can see everything that's happening. And you don't try to just open yourself up for your family. I'm doing this for your family. You don't want to take it, that's fine. You want to Jesus, all this stuff, fine. Believe what you want. But know that we have people that you're praying to that are getting an energy from you, that are doing damage from you and doing damage to children. If you've gone that way, okay, we got to help these people not to do that anymore. We have a better way now. Don't go back to the old way. Go back to the new way. We don't want to repeat the past. We want to go forward. So I was with all these people. I can't help that I was with all these people. I am not shutting up, and that's how crazy it is because I was with these people. This is a time of energy that even is coming through me to the ley lines of who I am, that I get a lot of energy and I shake, and it's crazy, but it's traumatic what I've gone through. I'm trying to say as much traumatic stuff that I've been through that it's not good enough. I do not consent. I do believe you need to tell these people the truth to get to the future. For the new kids, this is not for any. This is for the kids. We've destroyed our world. We need to try to do things differently. We all have no money because of what? Because why? You don't want them to say anything. So if you want your money and you want to do all that, then you go ahead and say, oh, you're lying, all that, or whatever. I mean, Miles is doing his best. God forbid I keep saying that. Miles is doing his best, to try to get this out to everybody. You want to snub it out, you want to be horrible, to go somewhere else. He has no money, and he's trying his best to. And believe me, he's going to get reamed for this. And this is our police officers shaking hands from France to everywhere, even the women getting killed for doing the right thing, our boys. So if you don't want to say, oh, there's nothing going on, good on you. Get on your bike, get going, Go to another channel. Well done. I haven't done everything in my life to say, give up and see all my kids die and what the hell's going on, and, Trump laughing, Obama laughing, and to think how stupid it is. I could have just been everything. I don't want everything. I want the truth. I've done this for the truth because this is the end of humanity, of man and women. You think I'm joking? Don't worry about it. Just go do your own thing. This is what's happening. This black goo is what, if Max was taking some of this or he got too much of it, he said he had a virus in his system. Stan was taking this too, and that's the Pope. And they go out at 3 o'clock in the morning. We have a full moon. Sit outside and pray to the moon what you want. Say, talk to the moon, because that's what they do. This is a game. I mean, I've seen everything. I am explaining to you what you can do, to try to beat these people and pray for our earth, for the people to know the right thing. Let's have the truth. Aren't we so lucky to get here to the very end to say, look, isn't it brilliant that we got here? It took a horrible way to get here, but, let's try to do the right thing for the very end, for Earth to get the people to know that they've done the right thing, for this experience to get into Earth, to start new, that we had a chance, that we did it. If we're going to go over anyways, so what? Then the Earth has the experience, and that's what goes into the ground with this goo, and how it's all made is then DNA wraps around it, and it's the beginning of life. So it's a consciousness.
In what way is the difference between the two?
What, the DNA and
yeah.
the goo? When you see that video, it starts out as goo, and it's coming up into the the gold.
The monatomic gold.
Yeah, and if you ingest that, you get to be younger and all this. But the thing is you take too much of it, it can mess with you. It's what starts as your brains, what the metals are for your brain. So this is the beginning of organisms to start all over again. And this is why they're wiping out the ocean. Everything's going to start all over again, and it's going to have the new DNA of why CERN's bringing people in of different species, but it's going to ruin our gravity, and we're going to be like something like Mars. The Earth is going to be, there's no gravity. And that's what it was. So that's why the Atlanteans...
Well, you still have gravity in Mars. I mean, I don't understand about this thing about gravity.
I don't know. There's something with the Atlanteans left. They were killed out, and the Lemurs, so when they did the CERN thing before, it...
Well, there's evidence that they weren't killed off. They just simply shifted to a different dimension. And that's where High Brazil comes in. It comes in and out of reality, physically off the southwest corner of Ireland.
Interesting. See, there's so much I don't know.
I mean, you can actually land on it.
Know.
It's a physical island.
I'm just telling you what I know.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
all these people are the people, Jeff Lynn and our families, my sister's family, who with Murdoch, to where, I was set up. I had no idea. My husband was set up. Are we all compromised? Well, you know what? I'm telling the truth. If I am, I'm not getting any money from it. Let me tell you that. I've lost everything I had, and I still say, screw you, no way. Get back, wipe myself off, and you get back up again. You keep going, because my kids, who are not what's going on, deserve that. And they were England kids, born and raised, and we don't give up. And that's why I wear the kids' Olympic thing. Better never stops. Along with my son, he went over to Egypt with the families over there, with top families. I mean, it was all set up from the American International School. But you just don't stop. It's okay. They played their games. Well done. We wouldn't be here if we didn't... have those games being played.
You're referring to the Olympic Games and those kinds of games?
Everything. 4 nations he was in. We had all, got UK against Germany. We won. I used to sit there. I had all the Holland people. You're American. Why are you screaming for UK? Bill, because that's my kid there. They started screaming for UK. Isn't it wonderful when you inspire people because you have a love for something?
Okay, Rachelle, we've been asked for your blood type again.
You know what? My blood type was changed, and that's what's happened to my father and my niece right now. Trump just took all her DNA and baby and what he switched with China and Putin with. And actually, it would be great to get her out of. This is the scary bit. She's leaving USA. She shouldn't leave USA. If anything, it would be good to get her over here to where she, somehow to do something right about things of we don't want them to take out USA. Look, when I'm a protected line, I protect the country. It's like a rabbit's foot. They get a lot of money, too, wherever I go. Why? It's probably the elite just playing games with each other. I have no idea why. Is it an energy thing that everything comes here? Possibly. Energy attracts energy. That's why Maddie, that's why everything comes. I am like goo, where energy comes to energy. If these people are doing evil, it comes to the, evil. But I'm not evil. Maybe it's the opposites that attract. I don't know. But that's how I can see it. That's why I stand in the pulpit there saying, you're good, you're good. Yeah, I'm good. What the hell's going on with our world? Why is nobody doing their job? UN to everywhere. When you see everybody not doing anything, it's like the wartime, and you realize that, that's why I was calling out, Wells Fargo got $220 billion tweet. The president's gone down. I'm saying, get my kids the hell out of America. Are we going down or what? Why is nobody doing their job right? You're calling these places and, you don't have a big enough complaint. What? You go into the offices and the police are scared. And they say, we thought you were European. I said, so we do this to Europeans? They go, Rachelle, you got to sue these people. They're hurting your reputation. I'm like going, yeah, you try to get into a court anywhere in this world. Everybody's scared. So, you know what? You just keep trying to find. What do you find? You find miles. You find miles. You find if there's a will, there's a way. And you know what? God bless you, Miles. I know it's
well,
crazy.
Thank you so much.
It's this insane thing what you're going through. I'm sorry, but, we have to get this done for these guys in America that have gone through all this and seen all this, and they don't know where to turn to either. So we got to just connect our world up by good people, and, if we have to do it that way, it gives us another day. It gives us another day. It gives us another day, and we will fight that next day, and that's how it goes. My daughter was in Les Miserables, I was with Cameron McIntosh.
In what? In a theater or what?
Yeah, with Cameron McIntosh down there. It was just like, I was running out of names for my kid, and I was pregnant. Oh, Cameron's a nice name. We have been. I got Amy Winehouse over to the other school not from Sylvia Young. She walked in and she was stamping her feet, and she said, "Sylvia won't give me a card."
Amy Winehouse.
Yeah, and I said, "Sweetheart, what's wrong?" She goes, "They're not playing my stuff." I said, "Well, hold on." She goes, "And I have another school." I said, "Well, if you have another school and they're not playing your stuff, go, sweetheart. Go to somewhere somebody wants you." She walked out the door and she never came back. It's about inspiring the children. My kids, my heart is being protected. It's a soul thing to where I do believe that it's not letting me feel the pain, all the pain at the moment. What is it? I don't know. There's something to do with people going up and down like an elevator that come back and forth of how they can live longer. I know I'm living now. I can't remember anything else. But other people are blessed, whether they touch goo and they can figure out, what's going on more so, possibly, with crystals and everything else. I don't call them evil. If they do evil, then that's on them, and that's, their bad karma that they have to deal with, how I see it. But it's all about doing good karma.
So how do you ensure that happens?
Okay, look, we both don't have what's going on. They've taken everything of mine, even little by little, and they're doing this to everybody. Anybody that has any truth, anybody who listens, if you want a simpler life and to the very end, don't listen to this, But if you want to help each other, which is the only way, to do the right thing, to go out in a blazing saddles, to say, I tried for Earth's sake to say the truth for the next people that whatever inhabit and that it goes into the earth, then we all need to come together. We have a place here, it's beautiful. We can do like a bed and breakfast and have people come over. We have cots, we have different things. It's 900 acres. It's beautiful. And it's in the south of France to where...
So how would people do that? I mean, obviously, would they do that through me? And, of course, you mentioned a book as well yesterday.
And then you can go right down to Marseille, which is like 60 miles away. We have a van that we can pick you up and come up here. And my husband wrote a book. My husband is lovely. You are absolutely... You'll say, and he's gorgeous, and you say... How did you get with this
woman?
I
think we need to qualify that. We don't want 5 million people turning up and knocking on your door on
No, it'll go through you.
Okay.
Everything goes through you. And, you have donations because if you charge a price and, hey, they'll get you for the IRS or whatever like that, donations. But it's going to have to be
They're still asking about your blood type.
It was RH negative, and then I think what they can do is they can change it. When they do a switch around with that, they can change it to O or something. I think I'm O, but again, all I know is the Portland hospital, and they knew what was going on, and they knew what was happening. I was over at the one by Woodford Green that the doctor never showed up. I got him thrown out of NHS. I've had trauma so much at the Portland Hospital to Great Ormond Street. And that's with the Tavistock Square, and they can get this in
Tavistock.
Yeah, and they can create bloodlines, and put in species.
That's in central London, yeah.
Yeah. And you have to remember Mangel from Nazis. His name was Mr. Green, and he was over there. If you look at
and Mr. Green is intricately involved with the Super Soldier program here.
And that's then who is that? Mangel. I met all the high Nazi people, and they go Rachelle. Klaus Barbie and Goebel, they're nothing, and they're the ones that's connected with Stan and Trump and what's going on with, Operation Paperclip, who are in my hometown, Reading Outlets. So, and these guys were, and then I had these Indian guys. I always had the Indian people protecting me. It's interesting, and they came from New Mexico, Santa Fe, the Hopi people, and they were shaking, and they were so kind. They're always around me. There's something with them that has a protection line with me that I definitely know. Well, because also that happened in Texas, too, when I was living chairman of the Republican Party. They were just, messing with me, and I was just going to university. I had no idea. But, yeah, they helped develop the date rape jug and all this stuff. It was between Shiite or Sunni to win this time, which one to win. And now it goes to Hispanic, Asian, and Black population kill, But at the end of the day, it's also all of us who wants to be Pharaoh. Well, that's why China's, they're saying, okay, we'll let you be Pharaoh so we don't have the end of the days and the end of the world. So, we got to say, okay, we have them as Pharaoh and be all controlled by them, or have the end of the days and end of the world to start over again with black goo. That's what Trump's trying to do, and that's why he's taken out my family to temple us to win for the Vatican for the third win of 3 notches on a stick type of
So
thing.
just for people who do want to come, exactly what's, apart from just turning up and saying hi in a 900-acre estate in southern France?
It's a beautiful little place. It's just an apartment off of this vineyard, but it walks, and it's lovely. It's so lovely to walk here. We don't have any money for the food. We have to take money for the food. We have to put the price in. So me and you could, keep this going, start heart coins, and, do our own money with heart coins. That's possible with, all their goods.
Is that another form of cryptocurrency?
Payment?
Is that another cryptocurrency?
We're making it, Miles. We'll put Princess Diana's on the front and Maddie on the back, because if that's your 9/11 and our future of what has happened in this world, then so be it. This is what we have to say, is they're doing all this crypto, everything. When you do markets and things and sell those goods in your property or whatever, get some heart coins. Make it half and half. Our system is going to be taken down any way you look at it. The Federal Reserve is about on your bank, your birth certificate, and they're betting on your birth certificate of who the bloodline is, and who's going to win, and they'll go underneath and bet on this, like Hunger Games, completely like Hunger Games. You're going to be betting on it. That's how everything has been run. That's why we.
So
got
who's
the
doing this
system.
coin, this heart coin?
Me and you. We got to get the people together to do it, because if there's a will, there's a way. And wouldn't it be nice to have Princess Diana's face on it?
It would be wonderful.
Exactly, because you know what? Prince George is my IVF. And as crazy as that
You
is,
got some
I wrote
idiots
that.
here saying that Princess Diana was a boy. I mean, that's just crazy.
If possible, then it was a clone from her. Who cares? Ivanka is a man. I mean, you know what? Who cares? Kushner is a girl. Who cares? You know, they're not third gender. They have just been, you know, they have to tell lies. And the more they can tell lies, the more money they get. I mean, it's crazy. It is insane, you know? What it's all about is, who cares what you are? Can you please just tell the truth? You know? I accept you for that. You know, it's hurtful to know that you've been betrayed. We don't want people betrayed anymore. America's going to have a big kick up the butt with what's going on. And I had Hillary telling me it. I had Obama, you know, I had them all. So the thing is yes, I'm the front line. Whether you like it or not, this is what it is. Yes, it's species. Yes, it's what's going on. I don't care, but you know what? I believe in everybody here to just, you know, okay, all right, that's going on, fine, whatever, too crazy, can't think about that, and you can't, because that's why you'll be put in the hospital. Okay, let's just get together and do this. Let's do our little thing. Look, I wouldn't be doing all this if I wasn't 23 years in England. And, you know...
22 years in England?
23 years. 23 years. Worked my butt off to have everything taken away and my bloodline with new kids into my nieces and nephew. And try to kill my family and my brother-in-law to my brother. I mean, it's insane. Every Christmas, you know, my husband... You know, we've been having the crap kicked out of us, and we still put on a smiley face, you know. My husband has been so brutally tormented, it's hard for him to even go out. And
What exactly has happened with your husband?
Well, it's a family, beaten up by his family. His brother went to jail for Nike. They set him up, and they fired him because they blamed everything on him. You know, we're the good people, but we are the bloodline. They don't want us to be around. All the 4 women that were in the family, they wanted divorce because they've been putting our bloodline into each other. From Czechoslovakia to, you know, Denmark. You know, this is the families of what they did to control us, to where we're just the scum of the earth type of people. But
Well,
if
anybody wants to Skype in, they're more than welcome to Skype in on Megawatts 1066.
We got to start the heart things off, and
Yeah.
how we need to do that is getting the money from Skyping in, and
Yeah.
and that line of where you're going to with Stellar and all these different banks.
Yeah, on Stellar, yeah.
And then what we can do is put our coins in that way, and people can start, you know, using heart coins to buy heart coins to come in. And, you know, we can start off with a 2-for-1, and then kind of, you know, if there's a will, there's a way. You know, but at least it's starting off these people here that are giving a truth a chance, that are saying, okay, this is insane, but you know what? I like you, Miles. Rachelle, you're crazy as anything, but you know what? We're going to support you. Because, you know, we don't know what
Well,
else
thank you
to
very
do.
much. I may not be crazy, but I'm all right now. That's a bad joke.
You got to be crazy to do anything in this world today. Everybody's going to be thrown in jail and everything. And then who comes out, you don't even know if they're going to be real anymore, because it's going to be a chessboard of clones to get people. You know, we have a world that, you know, we really have to be real lenient with, to try to understand it, and just keep to the people that you know who are okay, and even they're going to get infiltrated and messed about, but you still keep on going. But so as far as this goes on about the, you know, the weekend thing, 'cause we're up at, you know, Easter weekend.
Okay, what's happening? What's happening Easter weekend?
This weekend, right?
Yeah, this weekend coming. This is today, 29th of March,
And
2018.
that means road trip. And if it's a road trip to come over here with a bus to get together or whatever, good on it. You know, we got 2 books, my book, my husband's book, anybody else who wants to get together, you know, walk around, chat this through, you know, help get things in a orderly style, you know, if you want to, of how to create an outline to help out. Fair enough. You know, I'm sorry that it's so mush, 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 mush. But you go through what I'm through, you're amazing. You're alive. You know, they've done everything, and they've done everything to my family. You have no idea. And this is all a game right up to where the Pope goes with Trump over to Ireland, and then that's going to be scary. You know, are we going to go to the Fair line? And we got to have to look forward a little bit to see, look what they're playing out with. This is the game. Trump sold us to China. This is to take USA out. They have to go communist to obey the Hunger Game family. Which Hunger family is it going to be? It's going to be China or the royal family. You know, I mean, Trump gets his baby in with Harry, and Obama gets over in the UN. Then, you know, I mean, I love my country, but I don't trust these people as far as I can stick because I know what they've done. You know, and I've had to get them here for what? To believe in more evil? Okay, if it's dark side versus dark side, which dark side to win? You know, it's, okay, I got these people in, but I'm fighting like heck.
Now, Karen McDonald has thrown a little bit of a bone in the pit here, and she's saying that you're violating the laws of the land. And you do not have the original nor hereditary mtDNA bloodlines, and is not in
well, I
peace.
have something that
Cassius
everybody
omnis.
wants, so, you know, it's definitely, you have no idea. I mean, I was with the Dalai Lama over in California. He got a house in La Jolla. He had the bloodline. Gorbachev did too. They're shaking hands. Believe me, you know what? All I know is it's hard to say there's just this one person, and Griesa said that, L-E-N-G, Griesa Lang, he said it. AI goes down to one, and it is one. It's a connection. It's the key to one, and it's like going, and when you're living this, you're going, no way. How many coincidences do you need, Rachelle? And these are the people out in California that are showing you, and you're freaking out, and you just, well, okay, you don't want to get post-traumatic syndrome. It's hard to stick this in a folder, but you keep on going. You know, you don't stop because you know you're right. You know who you are. That's the most important, the Greek way. You know who you are. Are you going to be compromised? Are you a good person to stay the route? And that's the way it goes. I was nominated for the Olympic Committee. I was nominated for the Kyoto. But you know what? I had 4 kids, and I had 4 kids over there by myself coming over with bags for the Olympic Center, helping USA out from UK because I was so torn apart, and I was supposed to be killed over there. What was going on with the donor shooting? That was a cop shooter. You know, he was shaking my hand. He was signing off with the Marines as much as the Benghazi guys. You know, he was my dentist at Panikin. You know, where Holmes, the Colorado killer, was. Where, you know, the guy that's putting the nuclear bugs into the Iran system, Operation Olympic Games. I mean, really? And his father was Intel, the Colorado shooter, with Intel. And that was, you know, had to do with Jordan, with being in the jail at Colorado, put 23 years in one of his family's people down to...
Who was that again? Jordan who?
It was part of the Jordan family. It was his name's Clement, C-L-E-M-E-N-T. He was with the 211 crew, that's where I was at, was part of the 211 crew, and the judge was so screaming at these people about it because a judge got killed in Texas about this. He's Clement, and it was like 2013, something around there, to where he put it's on my Facebook, you have to look down very far. He was putting something, they had passports of the cleaners, and he got thrown in jail because they said he was holding her hostage or whatever. But it had something to do with the Jordan family because they were coming over to me about that. And then that had something to do with the drones. And the guy that shot him or whatever in Texas that it ended up to be, he was my next, across the street, the Costa Rica people who did the fake Benghazi film. It was his girlfriend's son. So it's like, okay, you know, you keep coming back to this road. And then the people at 2316 Gorilla, they were at the airport, at Newark Airport, the week before I saw the Boston bombers. And it was like, you know, 4 hours waiting there, and the people across the street from me were standing there. And they never came back because the White Eyes were renting out their place, and these guys really had white eyes. And they said, Rachelle, you want to see our eyes? I'm like, yeah, okay, well, I've had everything else asked me, you know, guys, I see your white eyes. I saw his white eyes. I'm like, okay, great, you have white eyes. He goes, do you have any tinfoil, Rachelle? I says, well, yeah. I'll come in your house and get it. I says, no, I'll bring it over. So when I went over, and he also said, there's this guy from Holland, but he lives in England. You love England, don't you, Rachelle? I'm like, okay, yeah, I lived there, Then I went over to this guy, and I saw 305 Gravilla sitting there who took the fake Benghazi film too far, and that's why the SEALs, and he had Secret Service, because Mitt Romney lived down there, too. That's when he lost his rape, what happened 36 years ago at Texas when I lived with Chairman of the Republican Party, but it's all connected. And I said, look, this guy's standing out your house. He has created hell for me. I don't know what he's doing in this rental here, but, if you're being recorded, I'd be careful if I were you. He goes, oh, no, we're being recorded? And he's like freaking out. I said, well, don't worry about it. So then all of a sudden we had some guy, an architect. He was like washed up on the beach, and I couldn't find my son because he was in architect school. So that's when I was like, what the hell's going on? And I went over to Wells Fargo, and his name was Ryan Lightfoot. He let me use the phone because my phones were all compromised. That's why I called when I was over in Switzerland in 2014 when you said that. I was calling to my aunt because I could never call out of my phone. You can't, oh no, nothing's compromised. So anyways.
We've got a question from the chat room saying, have you ever had alien contact? And I'm sorry about the buzz. I don't know where this buzz is coming from.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, tell us all about that.
I was raped by the guy, okay? It was rape, impregnated, abort. This is what it's about. And he's with, who is he? The Pope is part of Francis is part of his family.
Explain
Argentina
that. Explain that, Rachelle.
He's Queen Victoria's illegitimate son from Bertie's side.
Who's he?
What the whole his name is Stan Antosh. Supposedly he's dead.
The question was, have you had alien contact, ET contact?
Well, I would say they're quite alien. They don't like to be called alien. I mean, they're part in the human form. It's a vibration level that you can't see. If you look down a hallway, this is why 5G is going up so high, but if you slow things down, you'll be able to see things. They move fast, and it's what's in our world that we can't see. How are you supposed to fight but you can't see? And they don't want you to know. So basically we have, the guy across the street from Utah, he had white eyes. That's who stances on with them. That's the Utah people with Kushner, with, Jehovah Witnesses, 5 women to 1 man. Or we're going to go Islam, 5 women to 1 man. We're still the breeders. But now men can start breeding too, and that's what the CRISPR line's about. This is the oldest woman to daughter line. This is who we are, conjugal Eve. Of all women, we all have this. I just have a little bit more because I was combined with all the Romanov, the Black Madonna, the Lost Tribe, the Shakespeare side, the Greek side, whatever.
What do you mean you were combined with?
Well, this is called Operation Paperclip the women together. So it was to find the energies of all women. This is why the Romanov line, they were trying to go with Rasputin to where he had the reptilian side. And also Tsar.
Okay, but we're coming near the end of the hour if you want to.
And Palestine goes down to where it all goes back to Egypt to be who wants to be the Pharaoh line. That's why they don't want me to go into Egypt. But I did go to Egypt because I was in where's Assange? He's in, the embassy. Embassy is considered the country. So, okay, they can rape, impregnate, and do everything and screw up a game and for no honor and to hide everything. I won. I'm wearing the necklace from Egypt. It's what it is. All right? Who cares? I don't, want to rule the world and be Pharaoh or whatever. It's still about truth because this is the end. I am the end game, the end of days woman. That's why with my sister, they were going to take her out, so I was the second in line. But it has to do with I think it has to do with my aunt. She was the first daughter. And it goes back to with Hitler and his brother, who was with Navy, USA Navy, fighting against the war of his own uncle. So it's not about cousins, and I have Kissinger in our family, but I won't hold it against them for what Kissinger in Switzerland has done with swapping my kids with Putin to get Trump in power with a blue blood. It's collusion to the highest, and it's all collusion. But now, you have to decide. Do you want to let end of days to where we start over with black goo, or do we let China try to be the emperor and Trump being the emperor, God help us, and Obama running the UN? This is our choice. Now, it's a choice until we get everything together, or a choice to die. I don't know. This is what's on our plate with everybody. All I need to say is if we're going to all die, let's have truth to go into the earth, and at least we can have a new species that still has truth with the experience. And if that's what black goo's about, well, there's good and evil with black goo, and we just got to have to help save these babies. I mean, it's not right. It's really not right. And these people go evil with it. Even Hitler was going, you touch this stuff, it goes into your body. Look at that video. Anyway, sweetheart, you need to go?
Well, we're okay if you want to, just as Miles, do you want to have to say on the website? I don't know really what that question means.
Miles,
Yeah.
get money together, get over here, let's get this together, and, it's a start.
Okay,
get
well,
ready over here.
it's basically southern France. What region are we talking about?
Aix-Provence area.
Okay.
And it's beautiful. I mean, where I'm at, it's
The
fantastic.
Patreon thing's a pain in the ass. You can go to Patreon, people, we can describe that off air.
Miles, what you're going to find out is they're going to shut you down even on your Patreon. They're taking off everything. You're going to have to go another way. That's why I said you're going to have to start with your own bank and do it that way and give people the money to you personally. Look, Miles, I'm going to give you $250 euros to do this, for the weekend, for food and a place to stay. I don't have a couple cots, but, we can, if there's a will, there's a way to, how many people do it. It's fine. But
Well, okay.
This is a start. This is a start. We can come down, we have cheap flights on all those to go to Marseille, or you can come over on the the train and do a
Yeah, the Eurostar.
any of them.
Yeah.
Easiest way is just to go to Marseille, and if you can get EasyJet or anything like that goes there, then 15 euros,
Well, it's the
pounds or
parking at the
something
car
like
park. That's
that would be the car park where you're at over there.
Yeah,
Here we could, pick you up and do it that way. And also the train goes straight there too, so it's really cool. It's very, very, very. And the thing is.
Well, there's Miles at thebasisbudget.org, direct donation just from PayPal. I don't know what's happening with Patreon. If you're
going to have to put your direct bank account.
Yeah. That is available on the website, Miles at thebasisbudget.org.
And then soon you're going to have to start going, Western Union, and we're going to have to start our own Pony Express.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what is happening, people, Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll
try to
call
get
that a day now.
And call it a donation, and it has to be, it's going to have to be at least, a few £100, I'd say, at least. The thing is with that is if people need help with it, then we can start, having, owing us with it. If that, we got to start going on our honor. The old honor way is, we want to do this. We need to make sure you can do it, and we can help you out. We've got to start helping each other.
Well, hold on. We've got somebody. Hello. We got a hello caller. Can you say who you are? You're on the air. Hello caller, you're on the air. Skype in. Can you hear us? We can hear you. Caller, you're on the air. Well, forget that.
Audio if you're trying to bring me in, Miles.
Yeah. Hello. Oh, hello, Karen. Yeah. You're on air. Yeah. Karen?
I heard somebody.
Yeah, it's Karen McDonald. Hello, Karen.
Hi, Carolyn.
Karen McDonald?
No.
Hello, Karen.
Karen. Oh, I say Carolyn.
It's Karen McDonald from Saskatoon in Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan. So you're talking about Canada?
Yeah, in Canada. So we got Canada talking to.
Canada wanted me to
Miles,
come up there.
Yeah, you're live.
Hi, Karen.
Hello, Karen.
How are you doing this
There we go.
wonderful, wonderful day?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. But you are on air, and you were talking to Rachelle. So, do you want to say
I'm
something?
losing audio here. Give me just 1 sec.
You okay?
Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're a bit woolly.
I can hear you. Hello, North America.
Hello, Karen. We can hear the dogs in the background.
Isn't it funny?
Okay, well, we'll this is why we
We'll have
need
to
things.
try.
We need prep for these things. We need a whole studio to do
Rachel,
this.
I'm not
Okay.
aware
There
Yep.
we go. Go ahead.
exactly who we are.
Go ahead.
I'm
Go ahead.
glad to hear that.
Are you okay? You're live?
I did actually. Thanks, Miles. I'm just kind of nursing a broken, smashed Easter, so I'm keeping busy, enjoying myself listening to you. And I've been listening a little bit to what Rachel's been saying.
Yeah, this is part 6.
And Rachel, hopefully, will settle. My roommate upstairs nursing me right now.
Okay. I think you're gating the audio. The audio is is that a bit better for you?
Oh, bless.
Okay, Rach. Okay. Yes, Karen? Speak.
Okay, what I was going to say, Rachel, is that basically I'm the 13th original grandmother,
You're who?
and I